I thought, oh my goodness, I'm wearing a Jack Daniels t-shirt heading to Lexington, Kentucky. So all of you amazing Kentucky bourbon makers, just know that I'm aware that I have this on. Now we can start the press conference, ladies and gentlemen.
What happened to the arm?
Okay, so
this is good. Now y'all are going to enjoy this.
On Monday, McGee and I, or it was Wednesday. McGee and I have a great mutual friend named Corey LaJoy. He's a NASCAR Cup Series driver. He drives the number 7 car. And he did a great charity initiative for Samaritan's Feet. And he had a bunch of his peers out there, the Bush brothers, Eric Almirola, Bubba Wallace, who just won Talladega. Congratulations to Bubba. A bunch of his peers were out there to support him in this charity initiative. And he asked me to come participate. I told myself going in the door, like, don't try to leg out any singles. Don't run too hard. Don't get hurt.
I also told him that.
So did Lainey, my lovely wife.
Yeah.
I was playing third base. Ryan Blaney, all of you guys know who Blaney is. He came up to kick the ball. He boots the ball down the third base line. I was playing third base. It was an involuntary reaction. I dove to my right for the kickball. I caught the kickball, but I drove my shoulder directly into the turf. And I am not kidding y'all. It hurt. It still hurts. It hurt to a degree that is indescribable. And I will tell you, I just went and saw the amazing training staff at the University of Kentucky. Thank you to that group. They did confirm that what happened to me is an extremely painful, albeit not terribly debilitating injury. So,
in summation, Uncle Rico played kickball and he separated his shoulder.
I need a shot of Toradol.
Because he tore it off.
We're here all week.
Yeah.
Actually, we're here till tomorrow.
Get your Keeneland sticker on.
Just came from there.
It really does hurt. Did you? Is it awesome out there? It must be.
It's sold out.
They started at 1, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Marty, and you guys both can answer this, but based on what you saw last weekend with Kentucky's crowd, 8 false starts for Florida, and then again, this place is going to be packed this weekend. Do you feel like the general college football public almost undervalues what Lexington's home field atmosphere could be like?
Especially when you're this good. You know, what Coach Stoops has done here, Ryan and I have said this for a long time, it's a beautiful template for patience. It's a beautiful template for letting a guy who has great conviction and great passion for the university build it in his image and hire great coordinators. And that's what Coach Stoops has done here. He has really good players. Levis coming in really helped transform the offense. Certainly, you know, room for growth. But guys like Jones on the defensive side of the ball, that dude's a beast. And the atmosphere is fabulous. And you're so right. It's going to be absolutely on fire on Saturday evening when LSU comes calling. And I think 1950 was the last time the Kentucky Wildcats started 6-0. So there's a lot of history on the line as well. I think that the vast majority of the college football landscape, when they think about great college football atmospheres, might not think Kroger Field at first. But if you come here and you see it and you feel it, I think you'd have a different opinion.
Well, and y'all may or may not know this, I'm a Tennessee alum. And so I grew up in an era, we all grew up in an era when, you know, it was, Kentucky hadn't been in Tennessee since 1982 or whatever. And I came to games at Commonwealth Stadium. And it was not exactly an intimidating atmosphere. And the history of Kentucky football was always what almost happened, right? Almost won the Peach Bowl. We almost had Bear Bryant for a long time and almost did this, almost did that. It's not like that anymore. And I tell my Tennessee people all the time, and they don't want to hear it, but Tennessee, Nebraska, pick one. All these programs that want to get back to where they were, they need to come study what Kentucky has done. And that's a fact, because we say it all the time. The administration gave Stoops the time he needed, but Stoops also did what he needed to do to convince them to give him the time. And so what has happened here over the last decade is the template. And so I tell people, again, my in-laws don't want to hear it, my old college roommates don't want to hear it because they're Tennessee people. I'm like, you need to go study what they're doing at Lexington because that's how you get to where you need to get to because, all of the history they're making now they've never made before. And so it's amazing to see.
We all know this is a 3-year league.
Yeah.
We say this all the time on our show, it's a 3-year league. And it's very rare that someone like Coach Stoops or you know, we kind of have that same idea for Shane Beamer down in Columbia. It takes a while to shift a culture in a lot of cases. So, some guys like Sam Pittman were able to shift a culture really quickly. But I love that the administration here gave Coach Stoops the time that they've given him to build something really special. And again, it's the rarest of luxuries, and he's taken tremendous advantage of it and done just a phenomenal job.
And you knew they had it in him. I mean, you know, you had a rub. I mean, you knew he had it in him. And you go to, you know, Keeneland. I mean, you know this audience, this crowd has it in, but you got to give them a reason to be fired up. And so I think it's great. I think about the long-time Kentucky football fan who has suffered through so much heartbreak, and just you sit there and wait to lose the big game, right? And now you expect to win it. And Stoops, that's a gift he's given everybody.
What do you guys make of the team on the other side? What LSU has been like so far?
I didn't know what that was.
National Guard is here.
I know.
Are you in
I was
trouble?
like, wow.
Is there an invasion coming?
Just happened. Is that a helicopter taking off? They have so many athletes that they should win all the time, right? You know, talking about culture, we lauded Ed Orgeron a couple years ago for him being the face of the state. At that time, they hired a guy that lived the brand and that lived the culture and that lived the passion for that culture, and they allowed him to hire great coordinators and go win. He also had 15 NFL players on his on his, you know, in his
Joe Burrow didn't hurt, yeah,
and the #1 pick and the Heisman winner and the Biletnikoff winner and the Thorpe winner,
yeah,
all on that same roster. That doesn't happen every year. I've heard the same thing you guys have heard. We've all heard it. People are now questioning, is Coach O the right guy for the program? This is a huge game for him. This is a huge game for him and a huge game for the program. Not having Stingley doesn't help him at all. So that's going to be a storyline for the rest of the season. And it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
It just starts a month where he's either going to have his job or he isn't. I mean, when we get to the end of November, really maybe in the middle of November, and this starts a 4-game stretch where I think we're going to find that out.
Anything else, guys? Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank